Hello, everybody, and
Hello,
my name is Cinema Freak, and I'm joined by.
Tenacious Creator.
And today we are going to be going through the Oscar nominations for the 2023 Academy Awards and making our predictions and desires, I suppose. What
Hooray.
we'd rather see win, because it probably won't happen for the most part, but. We did this last year, and we're gonna do it this year, and hopefully
Not
this will be.
last year. No.
Yes, we did do it.
Oh, we
last year.
did it with like 2021.
Yeah. We'll just, hopefully this will be out by the time the actual awards come out. So, we're just going down the list on the Variety website, so I guess we're just starting off with Best Picture. So, I'm just going to go down through the list and we'll say the ones that we've seen and haven't seen. So, from top to bottom, All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Woman Talking. So, for me, I've seen all of them except for Woman Talking, so I'm kind of all good.
Wow,
Yeah.
during Women's History Month.
Yeah, I'm not even ashamed of it.
Wow.
Yeah, so what about you then?
I have not seen All Quiet on the Western Front, Tar, Triangle of Sadness, and unfortunately Women of Talking.
Woman of Talking. Cool.
Yeah, women are talking.
So, I guess for like the biggest prediction, and like this is probably been the most like, I guess clear cuts. I don't know, cause like okay, here's the thing. Compared to last year, I haven't really been like so on like, other awards. I mean, I did watch the Golden Globes, but yeah, I'm not exactly like following up on like the other people's predictions who are like experts at this. So yeah, I'm just kind of going off of my mind what I know. So I guess I do predict that Everything Everywhere is gonna win. It is what I want to see win. What about you then?
Same here, because everything has been getting a lot of push recently. Like with K.U. Kwan's speech at, like, was it the Golden Globes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, like, I don't know, with all this stuff related to EO coming out, it just seems like it's going to get Best Picture. But, that's what I want to win and is what is possibly going to win. But
Yeah.
I think The Fablemans might win, and that's mainly due to the Steven Spielberg as, like, the director.
Yeah.
So that has, like, him behind it.
Another thing worth noting is that like Banshees won the Golden Globe for Best Comedy, while Fableman's won for Best Drama. So Everything never actually won like one of those two awards at the Golden Globes, and that doesn't always really mean anything. I will say if one of those two win, I won't complain. I definitely prefer Everything Everywhere, like a lot of people, but I definitely love those two movies too. So really, I could take any three of them, and I also think either three of them are going to win. So, it really ain't too bad around here. So, I guess if we have nothing else to say about Best Picture, I guess I don't know.
Oh, yeah, and Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, they're all mostly pretty good movies, for what I've seen. Again, I haven't seen Woman Talking yet, so.
Best Director.
Best Director. So, Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin, the Daniels for Everything Everywhere, Steven Spielberg for Fablemans, Todd Field for Tar, Ruben Östlund, yeah, sure, for Triangle of Sadness. I mean, especially for this one though, like Spielberg definitely stands a chance for this one. Like even in comparison to like Fableman's winning Best Picture, but again, the Daniels, they're very likely. Because they did a lot of innovative things for this. Like, I mean, like, let's be honest here. Like, I think they do deserve it, and because they kind of, like, put together something that really just hasn't been done before, as far as I'm concerned. So, yeah, I don't know. What about you?
Personally, I want it to be the Daniels, because, again, there's all this push of EO, which is really in its favor, but I think Steven Spielberg, again, because of the bias. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Has Steven Spielberg won Best Director before?
Yeah, I believe he won for, like, twice now, for, like, Schindler's List and Saving Private Ryan. Like,
Yeah,
he's
see,
gotten it
there's
before.
those factors behind
Right.
it.
And I think he even won
What
at the
about-
Golden Globes, so.
What about Best Picture?
Yeah, that was also Schindler's List. So,
Yeah, so
yeah.
there's that factoring into Steven Spielberg, which is why I think it's most likely.
Yeah, we'll just have to see it. Cause like another thing to keep in mind, I think like Everything Everywhere is definitely capable of being like the Parasite of this year, where we're kind of like expecting like okay, maybe it has a chance, and then it just sweeps everything.
Yeah.
So that could end up being the case this year if like you know
Also, I'm kind of surprised James Cameron isn't on here.
yeah, like I mean you'd think out of everything, cause like say what you want about Avatar, but like you kind of really like. Especially since it even got a Golden Globe nomination, if I
And
remember.
it's the highest grossing movie of all time.
Not exactly, but
Well, no, the first one.
yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I think Daniels is like. I'm just gonna make them my prediction. I think that's what.
Alright.
Yeah, and also Hope.
Best lead actor.
All right, Austin Butler for Elvis, Colin Farrell for Banshees, Brendan Fraser for The Whale, Paul Mescal, I think that's how you say it, for Aftersun, and Bill Nighy for Living. Um, Again, I haven't seen Living. I haven't even heard of that actually. This is my first time knowing about that. All right. So this is interesting. I, I'll be honest. I really want Brendan Fraser to win. I think like, because it definitely is like it's a battle between Brendan and Austin, and Austin won the Golden Globe. I think he won like the BAFTA and SAG, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he wins, and it's complicated because, like, regardless of if you think about the film, I do think he's really good in the movie, and he's probably the best Elvis actor they could have gotten. Like, basically played it like completely perfect, I guess. But I don't know. Compared to what we saw in The Whale, like it generally was like it actually was a performance that got under my skin. Like, and again, it's just like from someone who like you wouldn't really expect to deliver this kind of performance either. And it was just like such a shocking surprise. And, I feel like as Elvis, it's like, it's another biopic. And a lot of times before, the lead in a musical biopic, well, yeah, they always win a lot. So, yeah, I could see why he's been winning. But, yeah, I hope it's Brendan. As unlikely as it might be at this point. But, what about you, I guess?
I have
What
not
you've
seen
seen.
The Whale, Aftersun, or Living. Um, I'm gonna have to say Colin Farrell for who I want to win, but for my
Mm.
prediction, Austin Butler.
Yeah, and Colin did win the Golden Globe, which I was happy to see. And he wouldn't even be like I wouldn't even complain if he won, although it's probably not gonna happen. And also like to give credit, Paul Mescal was like again if I'm saying it right, he was really good in After Sun, and I'm glad he got a nomination. So yeah, I guess yeah, my prediction is Austin. So all
Best lead actress.
right,
Unfortunately, there's no Jenna Ortega
yeah, that's a shame, but
or Mia Goth. Actually, should we talk about our snubs,
um,
or should we save it till later?
we'll save that.
All right.
So, best lead actress: Kate Blanchett for Tar, Ana de Armas for Blonde, which, by the way, it is Blonde.
Yeah.
Been saying as Blondie this whole time. I don't know. Oh god, Andrea
Reasonboro.
Riseborough is even for To Leslie, and Michelle Williams for The Fablemans.
What is To Leslie?
I don't know either actually, and Michelle Yeoh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. So, again, like I said, if Everything Everywhere ends up being a sweeper, then Michelle Yeoh will definitely be the winner. So yeah, and Michelle and Kate did win for like Golden Globes for like separate categories. So it's definitely between them two. And I did watch Tar recently, and like, yeah, she's pretty damn good. It's just a completely different performance than from Michelle Yeoh. I mean, like, for what they're going for, they played their parts perfectly. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think my prediction is Michelle Yeoh because I feel like from what I've seen other predictions for like the few that I have, I just think it's likely. Again, like I said, especially with the sweep if it happens. So, but again, I want to complain if Kate won because like It would actually be an award for Tar because I don't even know what else it'd be getting. So, yeah. What about you?
Um, Yo,
Yeah.
Michelle Yeoh.
Oh yeah.
That's who I want to win, and my prediction as well. I could also go with Michelle Williams.
Oh yeah. I forgot to mention she's obviously pretty good in Fableman.
Yeah. I have not seen To Leslie. I did, however, see Blonde, and even though I didn't like it, I do think Ana de Armas' portrayal as Marilyn Monroe is probably. No, I don't want to give her credit.
Dang. Okay.
Well, like, the movie sucks. So,
Well,
like,
okay. I mean, it doesn't really have much to do with like an actor's performance, but it's just
I don't want to give that movie credit. Like,
all right,
no
well,
offense.
fair. I mean, I actually was surprised to see it get nominated. Um, but yeah, if so, what's your prediction again?
I said Michelle Yeoh
Yeah.
for both, and
Okay.
then Michelle Williams as well.
All right.
Best supporting actor.
All right, Brendan Gleeson for Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry for Causeway. How about you say this next one? 'Cause I don't.
Judd Hirsch from The Fablemans.
All right.
Barry Keoghan, Banshees of Inisherin, and Kei Hugh Kwan from EO.
All right, so I gotta say, I think Kei Kwan's kind of got this in the bag. Like, I mean, you should. I mean, yeah, again, like
The speech.
at the all, yeah, especially the speech, but like with all the other award shows happening, I think he's been like getting all of them. Yeah, and it's also just kind of my number one pick because like, again, everything I haven't seen Causeway, but like all these other films, these actors all did a great job for sure, but like. I don't know, like Kei Kwan just like brought so much to that film, and it's like, and I especially saw it on rewatch, and it's just like, because you wouldn't have expected an actor like him to ever like reach this level, especially after just not being in a film for so long,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's crazy to think that it actually ended up going this well. Like this is kind of a miracle, if you ask me. So, yeah.
Well, outside of Causeway, I actually saw most of these movies. So, yeah. My prediction is Kei Kwan, mainly because of everything, and including the speech as well at the Golden Globes.
Oh yeah.
I want him to win as well, and Barry Keoghan as well. It's a tie between those two. I wouldn't be upset if one wins over the other. I don't know, I'm pretty indifferent over that. Now, Best Supporting Actress.
I'm just gonna check and see that. Yeah, that's still on. All right, Angela Bassett for Black Panther: Wakanda Forever,
Hong Chow from The Whale.
and Carrie Condon.
Shut up. Shut up. Jerry Condom. I mean,
Okay, Carrie Condon, I assume, for the Banshees of Inisherin, and both Jamie Lee Curtis and Stephanie Hugh for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Come on, it says condom. All right. So, I'm really not too sure. Like, as far as I'm concerned, like, because I feel like with Angela Bassett, 'cause she won the Golden Globe, and it was definitely like
deserved.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any arguing. It probably is like the best performance in a Marvel film or
In the series in general.
even a comic book film outside of maybe like the Jokers. Like
The Joker.
like outside of them probably like maybe like the best performance in a comic book. And it was and to be fair, you could argue it was just for like a small bit of the film. But like
Who cares? She acted her ass off.
I know, and it's kind of nice to see like I mean, obviously this is like expected of actors, but to see someone like her just take this comic book movie, this silly comic book movie about like, these mermaid people taking over Africa with like, this teenage girl in a freaking suit, just like Iron Man like suit, just blasting away people. Like it's all silly and stupid, and yet she treated this like it's like any of these other films. I mean, it's not to discredit comic book movies, but
Oh yes, to discredit
to
them.
discredit them.
Discredit.
I have seen all these films, and they're all very good. I'm glad to see Hong Chow even got a nomination because, like, yeah. And I, I, I don't know, because like I heard like Jamie Lee Curtis, like I think she also won a Golden Globe. Like it was, I mean, again, not the kind of performance you'd expect for like an Oscar win, but like you could say the same thing about literally everything in that movie. You wouldn't expect it to win all those things, and if you watch the movie, you'd think you'd agree with it. So wow, I don't know. I think
Wow.
right now I'm gonna go for.
Where's Jennifer Coolidge?
I don't know, where is she? All right, how about you go first? Because I actually.
All right, I haven't seen The Whale, so my prediction: Angela Bassett. I think Marvel is going to push really hard because like this is the Avengers Endgame effect where they're trying to get like a Marvel movie nominated for something and even win. So I think Angela Bassett is a winner here, but also Jamie Lee Curtis
Yeah.
and Stephanie Hugh.
Yeah, because Stephanie Hugh, she gave kind of like the more emotional performance of the film. So like I wouldn't
Who I
complain about
want
that.
though, Stephanie Hugh. Like no offense to Jamie Lee Curtis, but like I mean obviously she's good. She's like
Yeah.
the scream queen herself, but
I mean, Stephanie had like the larger role and like the
yeah,
more like
emotional role.
exactly. She's kind of the center
So
point of everything. So
of all at once.
yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, Stephanie Hugh is who I want to win, obviously. What about you? Which
yeah. I don't know. I think.
women talking?
I think maybe yeah. I think maybe Stephanie for me. Like as far as what I want, but I think like again, like I said, with everything everywhere, if it sweeps, then I think Jamie Lee would probably be the more likely. So I might think I might go with her for now, as far as my prediction. All right, so
Best adapted screenplay. Oh boy,
all
more
right,
things I haven't
I'm
seen.
not gonna read the screenwriters, so just I don't know, you'll see them at the awards. So All Quiet on the Western Front, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, Living, Top Gun Maverick, and Woman Talking. So all right. Okay. So I haven't seen Living or Woman Talking on, as you know, but for these other three, like I really can't say, cause like yeah, Top Gun Maverick's my favorite of these movies, so you'd think I'd want that to win, but I also wouldn't say that its screenplay is like the takeaway of the film. And I almost feel like, from what little I know about Woman Talking, I almost feel like out of all these options, that's the one that's likely to win.
Wait, Top Gun is an adapted screenplay?
Yeah, so both Top Gun Maverick and Glass Onions, they're sequels, so
Oh,
that
okay,
that
that's
makes
where
them
the
adapted.
adapted. I thought it was like a military book or something.
Damn. So yeah, I really don't know what to say here, but I guess again, like I said, my prediction is Woman Talking. I'm annoyed that I haven't seen it yet, and I probably won't be able to see it in time for like the awards. But and I guess my hope is screw it. Like that's how screenplay works. I'll say Top Gun Maverick just because that's my favorite of the movies. So that's really not.
Pearl.
Maybe it should have been, but I don't know.
Only seen two of these movies, so I don't know. I'll just go with Glass Onion and Knives Out Mystery, even though I thought that was okay compared to the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really say much.
Exactly. You can't. So zip it.
Zip
All
it.
right.
Let the cinema freaks talk.
So on the other things, best original screenplay. Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fablemans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. So, I've seen all of these.
Yeah. I'm the cinema.
Yeah, I did. Well, you had your time.
Yeah.
So,
But I wanted to watch Jenna.
I guess it is basically a tie between. I think Banshees won at the Golden Globes, or was it everything? I don't actually don't know, to be honest. But it is a tie between them two, and I mean, again, I wouldn't complain if Banshees won, but like Everything Everywhere, well, again, it's kind of like You know, I mean, it is my favorite of the year. It's what I want, and it's what I hope. So, I want to say prediction and want is for that. So, how about.
You know, I know we're like past adapted, but I kind of wish RRR was included in like adapted screenplay.
I'm trying to remember if it's adapted. I mean,
Yeah,
it
because
is.
it's like based on like.
It depends if it's like. I think it has to be based off of like actual written work for it to. Or just like. A piece of art to be adapted. If it's like just
Okay,
if it's just
best
a true
original
story, then I don't think.
screenplay.
Yeah. So what about you for this?
I have not seen Tar or Triangle of Sadness, unfortunately. I've been mentioning this entire time, but The Fablemans is who I think will win. Mainly because of that Steven Spielberg bias with like his movies, and I just think it's a more likely option. That's not to say EO or Banshees will are bad or anything. It's just like the Steven Spielberg bias. But I don't know. It's a tie between all three of them because I did like all three movies. I just think The Fablemans is gonna win.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Cinnamon.
Best cinematography: All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Elvis, Empire of Light, and Tar. So, I actually did watch Bardo, basically recently. So I don't know, it was kind of a random choice, but
Basically.
so I haven't seen Empire of Light, which oddly enough, Roger Deakins is the only cinematographer I'm familiar with. So, and he has one before. So, yeah, it'd be kind of like I wouldn't mind seeing him win, even if it's for a movie I haven't seen. But I guess for the ones I have seen, yeah, I don't, because Bardo, it was pretty cool looking at points. I won't lie. Like that had some neat ass imagery. But I don't know. I'm thinking All Quiet on the West, because it is a war film after all. But it really did get the job done, and it was definitely. I mean, I don't want to say appealing. It was kind of ugly, but that was in the way it's supposed to be. It's ugly in a beautiful way, you could say. So I don't know. I think I might go for that. Again, I don't really know. Like, I'm not a good judger of cinematography. If it just looks professional and has some really good shots, that's all I want from a film. But, yeah. So I guess that is my pick for both. So, you've only seen one of these.
Yep. Elvis. So yeah. I predict Elvis, and I want Elvis to win.
Oh, really? You want to win?
Well, what else am I supposed to say?
I mean, I will even say, maybe say what you want about the editing, but, a lot of it did look really good, as far as, shots go. So, I mean, yeah, that's kind of all you're left with saying.
Let's skip this.
Yeah, so, sorry to everyone for all you documentary lovers, but we're
You
skipping...
fake fans.
We're skipping documentary and documentary short film, because we haven't seen any of these. We don't really watch that stuff.
See, there's no RRR.
Yeah, that was my favorite documentary.
I mean, it technically is.
Anyways,
Anyways.
so, best film editing: Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, Top Gun Maverick. Well, I got that one done.
And
quick.
Top Gun Maverick.
Top Gun Maverick. Alright, so, I want to say, I'd say Elvis and Everything Everywhere are the ones where the editing, stuck out. In one way for the better, one way for the maybe not so better. But with that in mind, yeah, I hope for Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that really just, I mean, it actually impressed me in terms of editing. It generally just left me dang, how did they imagine being on your computer that long and always just on work, just mixing these clips together? How do you even do that? So
Yeah.
that's my prediction and, hope. So, what about you, since...
Did Bo Rap win Best Film Editing?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
So, Elvis may actually have a chance.
So,
yeah.
this is who I predict will win. Elvis or EO. Elvis is mainly due to like the music biopic, which is why I mentioned
Yeah.
Bo Rap.
It's also because like Bo Rap like infamously is known for just over editing, and that's kind of like why I've always felt that this.
That's like Baz Luhrmann's like.
Yeah, but that's always been my
cocaine.
thing with this category is that it's kind of hard to dictate like good editing when like sometimes they'll just base it off of like how much it's editing because like Bo Rap was just so heavily edited that like that's basically why it won instead of like how well it actually worked. So
Yeah. But what I want to win is EO or Top Gun Maverick.
yeah,
Personally, EO.
and Top Gun Maverick that was pretty well edited too.
Top Gun
Was it?
Maverick.
Yeah.
Okay, what the fuck?
All right, so best international feature film: All Quiet on the Western Front, Argentina, 1985, Close,
Oh, close.
EO, and The Quiet Girl, but like EO because like it's just EO, and we already have a film that we're calling EO, so it's like
Yeah.
that's kind of funny.
Where the fuck is RRR?
Yeah, so like I'm sorry, what is restricting RRR from
Okay,
this? It's an international film, right?
Spoilers, but it is in the best original song. But what the fuck?
Yeah, like clearly know the film exists, so where is
like
it?
if you're gonna put Blondie on here, then at least put RRR. Like
Yeah. I don't know. It's annoying
Cringy.
because like it's just really good film. Like it's actually really close to the same level as Everything Everywhere from it. Because like literally they both kind of gave like the same experience, and it's just
yeah.
it's a cool ass movie. And screw you if you disagree, but not that you do disagree. All right, so there's really not much to say about this one because All Quiet on the Western Front. It's my prediction. It's my hope because it's the only one of these I've seen. But like, it's the one that's being nominated for Best Picture, so of course it's gonna win. Like, that's just kind of like how it works. It's not really like there's not gonna be a twist here in my opinion. So,
Twist villain.
and I don't think you have much to say since you haven't seen
I
them. so-
wanted to see Close, but it's not released until this year.
Yeah, I might get around to it, but it's like.
It's by A24.
Oh yeah, true. Well, I'll probably watch it eventually.
All right,
by the time
best original song.
All right, Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Lift Me Up from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
Not two from RRR. This is a Life by Mitski and Ryan Lott, David Bryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yeah. So, not to, yeah. Basically, I mean, I'd say the only other of these songs I really liked and remembered is This Is a Life. I don't really remember the Lady Gaga song or the Black Panther song.
Yeah,
so,
because she was belching in your
my
ear.
belching. So I mean, here's the thing about this category. I don't typically care too much for modern songs, but it was just like these
Yeah.
two in particular. I actually got
Yeehaw, McGeehaw.
and really just RRR, like any song from that, I wouldn't mind winning. But that's the one to go in with, and I think that won the Golden Globe because Jenna was the one who gave it away. So yeah, and I agree. So
yeah.
how about you then?
All right, so I listened to most of these outside of Applause. Who I want to win, Mitski. This Is a Life. I love Mitski so much. I love her songs, and I just want her to win something, especially after how Harry Styles fans treated her, and I just need her to get a win. You know?
And also because it's just a good song.
Not to is also another great song, which I also want to win, and Lift Me Up is really good. But who I think will win, Lift Me Up has Rihanna behind it, and she's like a popular singer. But that is one of my choices. The one I will think will win is Hold My Hand by Lady Gaga, which I love Lady Gaga. I love her songs, but give it to Mitski. Like, she can be dethroned for once.
Yeah, preferably.
When she was belching in our ears.
All right, moving on.
Move.
Best production design: All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Babylon, Elvis, The Fablemans. And I
Babylon.
just remembered that Babylon,
Holy
Babylon was
shit.
not nominated for Best Picture, and we'll get to that. But like, what the hell? All right.
What the fuck?
So I'm a little okay. Honestly,
Honestly?
I don't even think that was a voice crack. I was just like saying like, okay.
Honestly?
I think between me, it's okay. Avatar, it's a little hard because like, I mean, a lot of that was obviously CGI, and I don't even know what was real and what wasn't.
The ocean.
Yeah, I suppose.
This
But-
isn't a Marvel movie, Marcus.
Even still, I think like either Babylon or Elvis, because they really got that like, they got that feel to it. But I don't know. It's like, who the heck knows? I'm just gonna go for Babylon because like,
Okay.
I don't know why. I just kind of do, and I think I will.
Marcus. All right. I think Avatar will win, mainly because of the James Cameron bias, and since it's
Yeah,
taken this
but, I
long.
mean, it's not getting a Best Director nomination, so that's kind of why I'm not expecting it. But
Babylon, I don't know, but I think it'll. Actually, no, because if it's being snubbed this hard, then maybe not. I want it to win, but I think the Fablemans again with the Steven Spielberg bias.
yeah.
Yeah, and maybe Elvis for the same reason as the Fablemans. It recreated like a time period.
I think Elvis actually is a bit because like it actually is like you said, like Babylon's actually getting nominated. So
Unfortunately.
yeah, I guess Elvis's my prediction, but I'd still kind of prefer Babylon because it's not getting anything else, at least as far as I'm concerned so far. So
And it's probably not gonna get this.
Best visual effects:
Oh,
All Quiet
boy.
on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Top Gun: Maverick. I mean, come on, do we even really need to say it?
What the fuck did the Batman have?
I mean, well, come on. I mean, I'd say there's still probably a lot of good CGI in it. It's just, there's. I think similar with All Quiet on the Western Front. Like, I really have no idea what was CGI. I mean, I'm surprised to see All Quiet on here because, like, I don't really remember very many visual effects taking place. Although, the same could be said for 1917 and that one, and I was kind of like thinking the same thing. But when I actually saw how much of that movie was CGI, I was like, okay, it actually does deserve it. So yeah, I think again,
Why
like I
is
said,
EO not on here? Because that was done with like a team of like 5 or 10 people.
it's hard with because like there's kind of time because most of it was like there's a lot of practical effects and a lot of was like the editing. And I think part of that movie's gimmick is that it didn't really need a ton of visual effects. Because like it was a very low budget film, and this is always the award for like higher budget films. And
All right.
but like I said, Avatar, it's gonna win. Like
No. Bad movie. It looked like a video game.
well,
Anyway,
maybe it
I
does.
think Wakanda Forever will win. No, I'm joking. Who do you think will win?
Like I said, Avatar. It's
Alright.
like literally. I mean that.
Avatar as well for who I think will win, who I want to win, along with Top Gun Maverick is my prediction.
Thing is,
Or who I
again,
want.
Top Gun Maverick. I mean, similar scenario.
It's like a plane.
Most of that movie is like practical. I mean, it's mostly real. So I almost feel like because of that, it doesn't really need this Oscar. And probably what little CGI there is, it was really good. But Avatar, again, because like it's basically the whole film, and the original movie is like known for its visual, and like this one especially. You can say what you want about the frame rate, but like,
I mean, it looks
practically-
better than like your Marvel movies. So
It really does. So
yeah, like
I mean, it was years in the market. Like it's gonna get it. There's
there are
really
literal
no.
years in the making. Oh boy,
All right, the interesting one. All right, best animated feature film: Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, Marcel the Shell's Shoes On, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, The Sea Beast, and Turning Red. So
kind of weird that the Sea Beast is on here instead of Wendell and Wild, mainly due to
Yeah.
like the Jordan Peele bias
so I think
and Coraline. No.
I mean, I'm thinking about the CBs. First of all, I kind of like actually would have preferred like Apollo 10.5 to be on here. I actually like that more than CBs just by a bit. Um, but I did like the CBs too, and I'm glad to see it here.
Yeah.
Wendell and Wild, I think that also could have been a contender. Um, so here's what's interesting. Okay, Pinocchio, Marcel, Puss in Boots.
I even bought the little fucker.
I love all three of those films. Oddly enough, though, Pinocchio is actually, like, as of right now, my third favorite of those films. And, all these movies, they're doing completely different things. So it's weird that we're even, like, that we even have to compare them. But I gotta say, though, like, everyone's saying it, but, like, Puss in Boots really has just won over everyone. I've yet to see, like, one negative, like, opinion on that film. Like, I have not seen one person online or in real life who dislikes it.
Yeah.
It's like
They're probably
one
dead.
of those rare films, yeah, and they might as well be. So, because I don't know, because I really like Pinocchio. It's just compared to these other two, like the other two just did a bit more for me, and like, it's weird. But that being said, it's the very likely winner, because obviously it won the Golden Globe, but also there really is, and you're talking about biases this whole time. This is definitely the Del Toro bias.
The Shape
that's,
of Water.
and that's about to kick in.
Labyrinth, I think.
Now, people have brought up, like, the fact that maybe they're just gonna, like, straight up take it away just because,
they definitely are.
Yeah, and it's like,
Like, I don't trust
that would
them.
be so fucking petty of, like, the Oscars. Like, they just straight up are, like, that insulted when he spoke
What if it's
straight
Jimmy
up facts.
Fallon who does it?
I don't even, but it's Jimmy Kimmel who's there. by the
Jimmy
way.
Kimmel.
Yeah. So, I don't expect that, but if it does, that would just... If that happens, then, like, Puss in Boots would probably be the winner. And I think, like, I think the director is Joel Crawford.
Mark Swift.
At least, like, I don't know. But, like, yeah, the director of that film. Imagine if, like, Pinocchio doesn't win just because of, like, what Del Toro said. And Puss in Boots wins, and the director says, like, the exact same statement.
Yeah.
And that would honestly be really funny. Whoever wins those, like, please just say exactly what Del Toro said.
Bully the Oscars.
I know, like, just...
We need to bully them.
Exactly. So, really, like, I'm not gonna complain if Pinocchio wins, because that's what I'm expecting. I kind of prefer Puss in Boots. Like, for what it's going for, yeah, like, I mean, I already want to... I'm already gonna try to see it again in time for the Oscars. We both are, so...
Yeah.
Um,
What about the little fucker?
yeah, like, okay, and again, Marcel actually was my favorite of these movies at one point.
Where is it, by the way?
It's, like, right there. Like,
Oh.
yeah.
It really is tiny.
Yeah, little midget. Alright. So, but yeah, it was actually a pretty good lineup of animated films this year.
Alright.
So,
Wow, you
Okay.
skipped me.
oh, really, did I? So what do you want?
Pussy boobs!
Yes, Pussy Boobs!
Yeah, that's who I want to win, and who's my prediction. I also want Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio to win, but personally, I like Pussy Boobs a little bit more. But I gotta say, I really feel bad for Turning Red, for getting, like, the short end of the stick, because ever since this has been revealed, people have been trashing on Turning Red.
Yeah, here's the thing. My thoughts on Turning Red, they could change in a heartbeat with, like, another watch, but I do think, like, this movie definitely gets a lot of flack. Because, like, I mean, compared to, like, DreamWorks' year, I mean, like, yeah, like, DreamWorks definitely outdid them, and I actually do prefer... I didn't really mention, but, like, I do really prefer the Bad Guys over Turning Red. Not by, like, a landslide, but I do think...
No, that was Golden Globes, right?
I don't think so, actually. I would have preferred to see that get nominated, but...
Pussy
Yeah,
Boobs.
and I think it's Turning Red, like, people just, like, give it so much crap just, like, off
The
its...
Disney logo.
Well, not just, like, the fact that it's Disney, but also that...
That's a major factor.
They
though.
kind of just hate the idea of it, how it's, like, just, like, this tween-age flick, and it's about puberty, and, like, they just kind of give it crap off of the premise alone, and not so much the execution. That's always just been my thing with it. If the execution doesn't work for you, then that's fine, but... Still, like, you kind of had to, like, have more reasoning than that.
And, like, at least it's not like Lightyear or Strange World.
Yeah,
Like,
it's infinitely better than those in my opinion.
yeah, and this is like the best choice they could have gone with, and it really sucks seeing Turning Red get the short end of the stick just because it has like the Disney and Pixar logos strapped onto it.
Right. So, yeah. But, it's at least it's not gonna like I'm sorry, but like Disney just they gotta stop winning as much, and I'm glad this year it's definitely not gonna happen, even if it's not a terrible film, but whatever. We talked about this category long enough.
Yeah.
Alright, best animated short film. Look,
Not
we're gonna skip these, although I do have to give credit to two of the titles.
My Year of Dicks.
My Year of Dicks. An ostrich told me the world is fake, and I think I believe it. I hope it's one of those just based off the titles alone. But
yeah,
I haven't.
imagine like
I haven't
whoever's
seen any of
presenting
them.
it. Hopefully Jenna Ortega. Jenna Ortega's like, no, Jennifer Coolidge.
And the Oscar for Best Animated Short Film goes to My Year of Dicks. These dicks, they're trying to fucking murder.
See, it'd be great.
An ostrich told me the world is fake, and I think I believe it. Congratulations.
All right, moving on.
We did it.
This is
We
going
did it.
on for too long, so we gotta go quickly.
Best costume design.
All right, Babylon, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris. I haven't seen Mrs. Paris. Mrs.
Mrs.
Paris
Paris.
Goes to Harris. We haven't seen that. But all these others,
Martin Scorsese has.
so I think right now I'm gonna go for Black Panther because okay, that was a sound. Because well, the first one won, and just like this one, it has like equally great costumes, and I wouldn't be surprised. So, I mean, yeah, it's my prediction and hope. But again, all these other films I saw, they did have great costumes too, and EO, that
Yeah. Stephanie Hugh.
exactly, like they got really weird and
Evelyn.
creative, and they did a lot with like the smaller budget they had, and
Yeah. For me, it's a tie between Black Panther and EO, who I want to win. Actually, who I think is gonna win. There's also, the bias with the first movie. And then I kind of want Babylon to win as well, but like it's just like the time period outfits and nothing special. Like, no offense to the
Well-
costume design for Babylon.
well, they did everything they
Elvis.
were asked of,
Yeah.
Like, I'd say it has
but
like
like time period clothing compared to like superhero clothing and like the costumes in EO, like I don't know, I just kind of prefer that. And yeah, it is nice, but
yeah,
yeah,
all fair.
all fair on the Western
Moving
front.
on, best live action short. Nope, we haven't seen those.
Best
Sorry.
makeup and hairstyling.
All right, All
Did
Quiet
I-
on the Western Front.
No,
What?
I made an
do you
Oscars
say?
prediction and I said like Blonde was gonna get one, but no.
Oh, well, too bad. Anyways, All Quiet on the Western Front, The Batman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Elvis, and The Whale. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know about. Okay, so like, both The Whale and Batman is very much about like, trying to make a
Fat
person.
suit.
Yeah, make a person look like something they aren't. As like although to be fair, the same could be said for. I don't actually know, cause like I don't really tell like what's makeup and hairstyling and what's not. It's hard to say, cause
Where's X? Cause see, if
X
is
kind of low key deserved a nomination.
yeah,
if you
like
ask me.
especially for like Jenna Ortega, like the bloodshot wound.
Alright, give it a moment. Jeez.
The bloodshot wound for like Jenna Ortega,
Yeah, but like,
and like the makeup for Harold and Pearl.
I mean, I was gonna say for Harold and Pearl, like they're kind of the main contenders.
like holy shit! Like I
What-
didn't think that was Mia Goth.
in an alternate universe, both like X and Pearl would have been like nominated for like the ones that they were supposed to get this year. They
We're
don't
gonna
need.
talk about that, but
Yeah. Which,
um,
all right. I think I'm gonna go for. It's actually the type of the Batman and the Whale, because I think like those are the ones that really stuck out in terms of makeup. But I guess the whale. I mean, because most of it's a fat suit, but I mean the the
Wake
makeup
up.
was well done, and I think, sure, I guess
up, Brennan.
I'm not an expert on what was actually like seen in these films, so
All right. I'd say the Batman, for the same reason as the whale, the fat suit as well, was really good on Colin Farrell, almost unrecognizable. But I'm gonna have to give it to Wakanda Forever, mainly because like it's a superhero movie. Like, what do you expect?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
not just because of that, but because like, I mean, it's a Black Panther movie, and these
The
films
bias.
they actually kind of get like, these sorts of awards compared to
Also,
other comic
Chadwick
book films.
Boseman's passing. Like, they might feel like a little bit guilty for not like
Yeah.
letting it win.
I don't think
I
that's...
didn't want to bring it up, but like,
I think that's like partly gonna be like with maybe Angela Bassett possibly winning, but
Yeah.
again, I don't think that really has much to do with it because like the film's not getting nominated for Best Picture, so it's not like they didn't really consider that. So
Kevin Feige took it too far.
so yeah, I mean, I really don't know or care, to be honest. Like,
Oh, I forgot. Elvis had Tom Hanks on a fat suit. There's a lot of fat
There's a lot of
suits.
fat suit. I didn't really think about Tom Hanks. That was
no.
also part of it. Yeah,
No.
preferably not. No.
Best
All right.
original score.
All right, All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I didn't remember that. The Fablemans. So I guess. Okay, Babylon won because you know who presented the Golden Globe. Yeah,
Who?
she's on my pillow right there.
Oh, the ghost lady girl.
Yeah, so that was nice to see. So I think. Okay, well again, Justin Hurwitz. I actually just bought the La La. Oh, my fucking sorry. There's someone talking outside the door, but I actually just like bought the La La Land soundtrack
La la la.
today, and I mean that one, and this is also a great score. So I'd be happy to see it win. It's what I think's gonna win, but all these others, sure. I mean, okay, I'm sorry, but like All Quiet on the Western Front. I said this before. The score is literally just like, the sirens of the aliens from War of the Worlds. It sounds exactly like that. The that's literally the
Part.
score. Fablemans, it's John Williams, so like, like, there's, if we're talking about biases, then like Matt might play a role, but like, he's won like so many times, so it's like,
Calm down, Grandpa.
yeah, you had your time. No, I'm kidding.
Retirement home.
So,
All right.
yeah, Babylon, both categories for me. How about you?
There's really a John Williams bias. Unfortunately, I think he's gonna win, even though I think we should send him to Shady Oaks retirement home instead.
Dang, it's rude.
Well, just this one time.
Yeah.
Babylon, I fucking love the soundtrack for Babylon, and especially during the, like, Voodoo Mama,
Oh yeah.
especially during, like, the theater scene, like, the reprise of Voodoo Mama, like, it's so stupendous.
And just like that theme at the end.
Yeah, that's Voodoo Mama.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
a
Okay.
reprise. Yeah. So, fuck yeah, Babylon.
babies.
Fuck yeah.
All right. Best sound. Hold on.
Who
Oh, it's the last one. Cool.
let rip the biggest fart?
All right. All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, The Batman, Elvis, and Top Gun: Maverick. All right.
Gee, I wonder who's gonna win.
Well, actually, I don't know, to be honest. Although, I think I'll say, like, again, because I'm not, like, an expert in sound or anything, because especially since, like, they kind of, like, merged the original two sound awards together. I guess I'm gonna go with Top Gun: Maverick, just because, like, I don't know, the sound of that film, it definitely created a feel. I don't really know why I'm picking that. I just kind of am. I don't know, because, like, say something about literally any of these other movies could win, and I wouldn't really be surprised. I don't think Batman really is, because that's not a nominee, but, But, sure, Top Gun for both me. How about you?
I'd say Top Gun because it blasted off my ears in the movie theater. Tom
Yeah.
Cruise really blew me
Yeah,
away.
away.
But I think it's gonna go to Avatar mainly due to the bias. But
Yeah,
anyway, that's it.
yeah, so...
I'm tired. So good night.